Hi everyone, welcome to Advice to Think Twice. This is Monica and I'm doing our week ahead readings. Welcome, welcome. This will be for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. I hope you're happy and safe where you are. And we're going to have a look at the week ahead, see what's coming in for you. Take what resonates, disregard the rest. These are general readings. Okay, the Eight of Cups wanted to flip out, so we'll see if it comes back out. Watch your Sun, your Moon, your Rising, and your Venus. And keep an open mind, like I said. Take what resonates, disregard the rest. Information on private readings is always in the description box below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. We'd love to have you as part of our little community. It helps the channel. I appreciate it. And it also keeps me motivated to keep doing readings, right? So thank you in advance. All right, let's see what's going on for Aries in the week ahead. Aries and the week ahead. Oh, well, that's nice. Death card, the Fool. What are you holding on to? Lovers. Seven of Swords. Yeah. Self-sabotage a little bit. King of Wands. You know me. I'm going to keep it real with you because I want to help you. You're dragging your feet, hoping something or someone comes back. And yikes, they are not coming back. It is not coming back. Aries, I'm sorry to be blunt, but I just have to tell you what I see. It's not going to be for everybody, but if it's for you, you'll know. Because something is done. Okay, it's done. There's no going back with the Ten of Swords. It's just done. Ten of Swords with the Death card, it definitely, there's just no chance. There's just no chance. It's just done. Okay, it's dead and buried and just done. Okay. Now that that's out the way, your challenge with the Fool is to give yourself a fresh start, is to go for something new, to start over. And it's showing up as your challenge because you're still holding on. You're fighting this ending. You're still holding on to what has ended. And it's self-sabotage. Okay? Now, whatever this was intense. I don't know if this was love. I don't know if this was to do with your work or your career or your business. It's something you were very attracted to, very drawn to, very passionate about. You thought that was it for you. Could also represent a Gemini. You've been on your own for a while with the King of Wands. Okay, whatever that means. You've been separated from the situation. I have something in my eye. You've been separated from the situation for a while now. Because like I said, it's been done, right? But it takes its time to process, and it takes as long as it takes. But I feel like for you, it's gone into unhealthy, making excuses, sabotaging yourself territory. Okay, and I have to keep it real with you. In the outcome, I see reluctance, moving on, but very reluctantly with the Six of Swords, because the Six of Cups is still there. And the Knight of Pentacles, you're moving on, you are, but you're moving very, very slowly, almost as if to say, I don't want to get too far away from this in case it comes back. But I am moving forward. I'm taking steps away from it, but I don't want to go too fast in case, you know, this comes back, it can still find me, right? And it's tough, Aries. There's no judgment here. We've all been there. But it's time, okay? It's time to accept and to go with the energies that are trying to take us to something new. And it sounds easy, you know, to just go with it, but it's not. It's not always that easy. Let me get more information out here for you. If this is a situation where you ended something, but you've always been looking back at it because your heart is still there, your mind is still there. Maybe you felt sorry, guilty, regretted ending it, and your challenge is to open up and take a chance and be honest and go after this person. In that case, you could be moving towards something or someone from your past and slowly rebuilding. Okay, in that scenario, if you are the one that ended it and you weren't quite sure, maybe you did it, you didn't really think it through, you always felt guilty about it, you always felt unfinished business, you were never able to move on, whatever the case may be, your challenge might have been your pride, right? King of Wands in the past as well. In that dynamic, you could go back towards it and you could slowly rebuild, or you could say, let's start off as friends and go from there, or you could say, can we work on this again, and just take it very, very slowly. That's a possibility. But if it's the other way around and someone else left, or you ended it because they cheated or they did something very wrong to you and you had no choice but to end it, but secretly you were hoping they'd come back and make it better or make up for it, they're not coming back. And this ended because they weren't a good influence, they weren't something positive, they weren't something happy in your life. They were not what you thought they were. And it's a blessing in disguise that this ended. Okay? So it's a couple of different scenarios. The only scenario I'm seeing where you could go back to something from the past and try to rebuild is where you ended something out of pride. That's the only scenario. And you knew you were doing it out of pride. You knew you were doing it because of ego. You did it anyway, and you always felt bad about it, and you always wished you'd done things differently. That's where you could do things differently. If you ended something because someone betrayed you, they gave you no choice but to end it, that's something that needed to end. And if they left and betrayed you, or betrayed you and left, that is something that was supposed to end because it was hurting you and it would continue to hurt you, and that's why it ended, because it needed to go. And you're struggling with accepting that and releasing that. Maybe you're afraid of the unknown. Maybe you've been in the same place, in the same job, with the same person, in the same neighborhood for a very long time, and it's what you're familiar with and it's what you're comfortable with, and maybe that's the hesitation. But I feel like you've come to a point where it's becoming more and more clear that you just have to start moving and put one step in front of the other. Let's clarify this for Aries, please. With the Death card, we have the Hangman. Yeah. With the Fool, we have the Five of Cups. With the Seven of Swords, we have the Page of Wands. The King of Wands, we have the Nine of Swords. With the Lovers, we have the Three of Pentacles. And then with the Six of Swords, Six of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Star, the Devil, and the Four of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Knight of Swords. Listen. It's an intense connection, or you know what I mean, when you have the Lovers and the Devil in a reading. You have a lot of major arcana cards, so either you're dealing with some sort of an intense connection, or again, it's something that has been a long-standing cycle in your life, and there's a lot of ties to it. It's messy, right? But listen, you have been fighting an ending. You've been trying to stall it. Okay? Because you have not been, it takes confidence, it takes positivity, optimism with the Fool to just go for something. And you've been in the energy of the Five of Cups, still dealing and processing this ending that happened that hurt you very deeply. And your challenge is to switch your focus from the past to your present and what's possible in the future, and slowly start to think about that more than you think about the past. That will help you release. There might have been a case of someone playing games, and you know the type, when they feel you getting away, they'll message you something they know you want to hear to keep you there, to keep you from moving on, but then they never take it further. It's only games to make sure you stick around. It's that kind of an energy. It's empty promises. It's getting your hopes up as a tactic. There's been a lot of anxiety, sleepless nights, sorrow, man, just sorrow, and I'm sorry, Aries. With you being on your own and just waiting. Imagining and envisioning coming together, coming back together, making this work, wanting the same things, working towards a future. That's what's been on the mind. That's what you've been hoping for. That's why you've been on pause. If you can switch your focus, I see there's something around you already with the Two of Cups behind you, and it could be a new person, it could be a new opportunity, it could even be a new friendship opportunity, okay? But there's a new energy in your environment already that you're aware of because you're shying away from it. That means you're seeing it. You know it's there, and that's why you're shying away from it, right? Because when you're running away from something, you know you're running away from something. You know what that is. There's something in your environment already. That's why this shows up as a challenge for you. Okay? The opportunity for a new beginning is around you already. But your challenge is to switch your focus, to see it, to acknowledge it, to give it enough of a chance to at least entertain it. There could also be someone around you, like I say, a friend, a sibling, a genuine person talking to you about this, trying to help you, just be there for you. You might be looking at moving in with this person temporarily until you get back on your feet, or spending more time with this person and less time inside your own head. They will help you heal and overcome this obsession so that you can stabilize yourself and focus on healing yourself rather than trying to heal the situation. Okay? Because I feel like whoever you're dealing with, they're out, but they like to play games. They like to manipulate. Emotionally, they're not in it at all. They like to play games and they like to keep you as an option, or they like to know they have power over you. You're not dealing with a very nice person. And you need to stand up for yourself, put up boundaries. You can cut them out. Okay, that's the advice anyway. You do whatever you want to do. But I do see a scenario where you try to get them back, or they keep messaging you, you try to get them back, you try to work for their attention. It feels like you're getting a wish come true, but then it's stuck again. They ghost you again because they're playing a game. They're in it for the control, they're in it for the passion, they're in it for the manipulation, satisfy their ego, and you'll be left waiting yet again. For those of you where your pride, your ego got in the way, made you make a snap decision, this is you reaching out despite the sorrow and the regret that you feel, and being open and honest with this other person. You might have to travel to see them, showing up at their door. There can be healing there. It will take time, it will move slowly, but they might give you an opportunity to prove to them that you can keep your ego in check and this is not going to happen again. But like I say, be prepared. Either they'll say, let's start off as friends, or they'll say it's going to take time, or they'll say I'll need to see that you mean what you say. So just be prepared for slow development, and you need to be consistent, and they'll be watching how you speak and behave, looking for, is your ego going to come, run the show again? Is your pride going to get in the way again? Is your ego going to get the best of you again? They're very mindful of, is that healthy or not? Okay, that's where they are. But I do feel like they will give you a chance to prove yourself in that one scenario, okay? For those of you Aries, like I say, you have someone around you already. They're trying to be your friend. They're trying to be there for you. They're trying to get you out of this funk. You have to stop communicating with whoever this is in your past. If they're still messaging you every now and again, it's just to keep you stuck. You have to cut off communication with them. Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords. Otherwise, you'll never be free. Don't expect them to free you. They will never do that. You have to free yourself from this person, okay? And this person around you, I don't know if it's a friend, family member, whoever this is, let them help you. They can take your mind off things. They can show you new things to do, expose you to new experiences. And that's how you get unstuck, right? It takes one thing at a time, one step at a time. It's not going to happen overnight, but allow them to get you there, okay? You have this person there who's willing to be there for you. You have to allow it there. Allow them to do that. So again, be mindful of pride, ego, and you making excuses for someone, or you making excuses for why you don't want to do something. Okay? Everyone deals with things in their own way and in their own time, Aries. So be gentle with yourself. But what I will say is, looking at these cards, I'm not telling you something you don't know. It's time to move on. It's time to get going. It's time to change course. It's time to try new things, new experiences, welcome new people in your life. Baby steps, but it's time to get going, okay? And you're not, if there's no communication at all with the past, carry on. If they're still messaging back and forth every now and again, you have to cut that off first. Block them everywhere you can think of. Cut them off first, and then start this path. Because otherwise, it's just going to be a mess. Because they'll message again, you'll sabotage again, you'll be right back where you started, except somehow it will be worse. You think it can't be worse, somehow, trust me, it will be worse. So that's a bit heavy and intense, Aries, but if you are dealing with these energies, I really, really hope this reading helps you, because it's important messages in here, okay? Comment down below if you feel comfortable to do so, if this helps you with what you're dealing with. And this could be in love, it could be with a family member, it could be with anything, right? Let me know. But I'm going to leave that there. I really hope it helps. Watch for the signs as well. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.